Hello everyone to a new video as we're here on Japan for STB Season 31 Tier 2. And it's time for a quali lap. As we start we can see a Williams coming out of the pit lane as we head into turn 1, turn 2, Sep the GOAT 69. We have a little snap out of the exit here, turning on our overtake, but getting the dirty air from the Williams is really hurting us during this run. He still doesn't move out of the way. We turn on our overtake as everyone does here. He moves to the right but then moves to the left again and impedes our quali lap. As here we go, a second run, same tires, our impediment lap putting us fastest for a moment as Knetlik will take it. Going into turn 1 we can immediately see the gains as there's just no dirty air anymore, and you'll see the gains just coming 1/10 and it just improves, but we spin out twice in this run. So we will now make our way back to the pits. As here we go now, making our way for our first lap, naming the DRS and ERS. Getting a pretty bad exit compared to our previous laps. Someone coming out of the pits, but no need to move out of the way for him this time. So we immediately gain here on the exit, but we don't get the line through these corners that we want, impacting our gains that we get in this sector. So now up the hill you will see that just before the corner our delta will massively increase because of the incident with Sep, as there we go. So we gain just a full second. Going into the hairpin, it was brief yellow, it's green again, no idea what happened there. But we go down, making our way towards Spoon with the ERS, just gaining the entire lap. Sending it through Spoon, going a little bit wide on the entry of the second one. Is now just full flat out until the chicanes. Manage the battery. We use a tiny bit too much, so we will run out of deployment at the end of the lap. Braking, second gear, third gear, making our way down, enabling the ERS, which will run out.
We've dropped to P50.
As this qualifies us P7. As here we go now, getting ready for the lap that will decide our quali position in the race. P7 right now. Behind Jarache, ahead of Narval. As we go, ERS, DRS down the straight. Getting a bit better exit than last time. Turn 1, turn 2, trying just a different line, being green briefly but it not helping out as we are almost equal on the delta, but now we will take the good line through here as TK moves out of the way actually. That's what Sep should have done. But here we go up the hill again, deploying the ERS, almost a full 10th up now. Hitting the curb here that you generally want to avoid during qualifying, losing on the exit. Here in the chicane as we get an absolute mega exit as our delta just climbs and climbs all the way up to Spoon. Hitting the apex now, but getting a worse exit than last time. Again, deploying the battery, but we don't turn it off on time, so we will again run out later in the lap. 4/10 the gain right now, deploying the battery, but we will have to disable it. Gaining in the braking, but losing it all on the exit here, as our battery deployment is huge. So we improve by 2.5 tenths, 27.5, putting us P8.
As now we line up, folks, get ready to set sail. It's 5 red lights and it's green light, go, go, go. It's a quick start to get away from that Ferrari, but can the Mercedes? Oh my God! He spun round and he took out his teammates! Unbelievable! Both the Ferraris have been found into P17 and 18! That is an
as we gain some position on the start, but ghosting being a real issue here on lap 1 in this tier. Everyone is ghosted, some people aren't though. So you have to watch out to not bump into someone, which absolutely ruins the racing here. As here we go wide because of the dirty, I'm not expecting him to not ghost.
Looking and keeping in company, Ryan Starr's made a mistake, he's looking down to P11. That is unbelievable for the Kickstarter, he was up there just before that minor mistake he just had as the V-Car.
As here we get a better exit, Narvel briefly not using any rears, we briefly deploy, wanting to overtake Narvel on the outside, but Dynamic Dylan locking the rears, going around, and we just couldn't go anywhere, hitting him.
Here in Japan already, Joey now going on the inside goes the Williams, off the track goes the Haas, side by side goes the Sauber and the Haas, onto the exit they're going to go here. Ryan Starr and Dynamic Dylan going to battle it out, and just behind they've got the lurking of Alec DW, who looks to capitalise on any opportunity that he can see as we go into this left-hander now. Dynamic Dylan right up behind the Sauber, but it looks like the attack's ended. But now,
as we have overtaken Dynamic Dylan successfully, gassing, having issues with the dirty air, deploying our battery, looking to make a move down the straight. DRS being enabled, we will have it this lap. Sep the Goat not using any ERS as we try to go for a move and capitalize on their battle.
I think Narvel was looking for an overtake there, but it's not to be. It is to be for Ryan Starr. Round the outside, that's a fantastic move going into the start of these S sections. He gets up at a P10.
As we have now successfully overtaken the V-Carp of Narvel. As we head into Spoon, Sep making the same mistake as Dynamic Dylan. And he just crosses across us, and the dirty air in this game just so strong that it puts us off track as well. And so here we go now. Getting a great exit and going to send it.
This right-hander? No, there is not. Very surprising they couldn't get the overtake there. And Ryan Starr down the inside, he will lunge it. Down the inside on Seb is the Goat as we go onto the exit. And Seb is able to keep the position for now, but Ryan Starr's lurking. He's lurking. Can he take an overtake? He's going to go up the inside, going into the left-hander. A very sharp turn in there by Seb the Goat, but he goes very wide. And now the inside is still open for Ryan Starr, but he can't get the position.
As we didn't manage to overtake him, opting to brake more to make sure that we don't hit him as he briefly went off track. Now him without ERS we do, and he almost pushes us off track. Remember, this is the same guy that impeded us in quali. But we get him now onto the straight, DRS, ERS, as his battery is just empty.
Mate, that brings you up a place.
But Sep in turn 2 immediately looking, sticking up our inside. We cut across him. As he's now in our dirty air, we have 8 tenths, we're still in the DRS of the person in front. But we go wide here, the red arrow as he is alongside us. Here again he tries it. We deploy the battery to make sure that he doesn't overtake us, as here we go. Through the corner where we've seen generally great exit compared to Sep, but this time he gets a better exit. As he goes down our inside, we lock up just briefly. We get a great exit though, but he cuts across off, cancelling the exit. Our battery almost empty. We know he brakes less here, as he just almost pushes us both off track. So I now am fighting with the Aston on exit. He briefly hits us as we are now back behind Narvel. As now onto lap 5. You can see Sep in the distance going off track.
To him, and that's a big mistake. Seb the Goat is in a wall. He's got damage. You can see the front wing.
Green flag.
As now we are onto the end of lap 5. Narvo and the V-Carb ahead of us. We try to prioritize on our exit, seeing if we can maybe overtake him, deploying the ERS, but we can see that in a moment Narvo flashing, turning off his ERS, which will allow us to get the overspeed and finish the overtake. As now lap 9, we are behind 0 and we can see him brushing the grass under braking, as there was also a Red Bull. Narval in the mirrors, almost dropping the car.
Clear.
0 not deploying any ERS,
We're approaching the pit
as
window
it's now
and
just
you're gonna be
our
on hards
task
next
to catch
time.
up to the train in front.
This lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
And now the end of lap 12, our pit lap. As you can see, our tires degrading on them, and the tire warning on our MFT, as we get the warning that our teammate is in the pits. But at this point it's just not worth it to go for another lap. Slight double stack, we lose about a second extra due to him, but a poor turn in, meaning
mate,
a
that's it. Go, go, go.
really
That stop
long
was slower
pit
than we
stop.
ideally wanted to see. Okay, one stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy.
As coming out of the pits, we are now P9 behind Ahmed. A lap later, the end of lap 13, we can see that TK has a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane as he gets the fastest lap. We get the DRS, but we can see that Ahmed has disabled his ERS, which will allow us to make the overspeed. Slight content, as he doesn't know which way to move, and he goes off track. As now the end of lap 14, deploying the battery as we set the fastest lap, and in the meanwhile Trush falling back as he has disconnected and his AI is now driving for him. As now lap 15, we can see yellow says in the left there's a Haas in the barriers pulling us to P7. As now lap 18, we can see we're getting really close to the lead train. We can see them battle in front of us. Knetlik with a 3-second, TK with a 10-second, Narval, who is 2 positions behind, so setting the fastest lap with only 2/10, so he will not catch up to us enough. But we can see that we're gaining a lot as Jarache makes a mistake. As now, end of lap 24, we've had a lot of laps in train formation. We're just not as able to get as close as the others to with our low wings, but we can see TK
There's a large group
almost
of slower
dropping
cars
the
just ahead.
car,
If you want to pit,
giving
we're
us a
close to
chance
window.
at a potential overtake. But he has more ERS, we can't get ahead of him before turn 1. But this proves anyone can make a mistake. As at the end of lap 25, we lock the rears, spinning.
Gap to your teammate
TK with a
ahead,
13-second
4.0
penalty, so we
seconds.
will definitely have him. But we will need to push if we want to have a shot at getting P2. As now the end of the last lap, we have gotten into the 13 seconds of TK. Trush winning the race, but can we get Knetlik? No, we can't, as we are just 2/10 away from P2.